Hello there from Seaworld Orlando, my second visit here in 2022. It's slightly better weather than last time. It's humid again, but not as bad. At least it's not raining. But the weather forecast is a little bit unpredictable for today. It's expected a bit of wind, a bit of rain, a bit of sunshine. So filming a GoPro vlog just so that, unlike in September when I did a vlog here, I don't have to keep switching between cameras to look after the big camera when it's raining. Of course, we are allowed to do POVs today, and when I say we, I'm joined by Andy, which, if you are familiar with Becca on the channel, Andy is Becca's dad. So, expected a busy day. We were at Universal yesterday, queued the best part of 90 minutes for the Velocicoaster every time we went on it, so expected similar queues here today. It is their Christmas event. I'm not sure the official terminology for this weekend, but there is offers on for veterans, so the park is already looking very busy. It has just recently been the 11th of November, which is of course a very significant day all around the world. So there's lots of offers for veterans on at SeaWorld for this weekend, and for all the other parks that we're going to be doing on this trip. So yes, it's going to be busy. Unlike the first time I came here in 2017 when everything was walk on. Also at SeaWorld, they are building a new stand-up roller coaster called Pipeline, the surf coaster. Be covering that in a little bit more detail later on. We were going to do Manta first, but that'd have been a bit amateur because first coaster you come to, it's already got an hour's queue. It's a little bit odd walking around a theme park in shorts and t-shirt, 20 odd degrees, and hearing Christmas songs. Usually at this time of the year, it's big coats, big hats, big socks, and absolutely freezing. But no, not today. First ride of the day is actually going to be Journey to Atlantis. It has just literally just opened as we were walking over towards Kraken. Very quiet on the boat. I'm in the back, Andy's at the front, and there is nobody in the middle. Hopefully that means we won't get too soaked on this.
Your journey to Atlanta starts now.
Be a bad idea, me and Andy sitting on the left side when there's no one else in the boat actually. This section of the ride always gives me goosebumps just because I remember how good it was when I did it in 2017. For whatever reason, this ride is probably one of the most memorable from my first ever trip to Florida, which was 2017. Time. It's a bit rough around the edges there. The sunshine's bright today. Coming up at the bottom of the hill. Did you get wet? You know what's coming now? The wettest drop on the ride. As you can see, we have a bit of a balance issue in this boat. We are leaning. I really do like this ride. It's just so much fun. More water coasters from Mac, please. Gotta say though, this ride is looking a bit tired. Not as tired as me though. After a load of nonsense in the hotel last night. People playing music at 4 o'clock in the morning. And they had to ring the police. He's gonna get soaked, by the way. Top tip if you're coming on Journey to Atlanta, just don't sit in the front left hand seat. You will get wet on that little drop we've just been down. Second indoor section of Journey to Atlantis.
Please sit upright, hold on tight, and brace yourself.
There we go.
For sudden swelling.
Bad worse. Mildly moist. How is it at the front? Damp?
Wet.
Wet?
I got more water from the floor than I did over the top.
Nice refreshing way to start the day here at Seaworld Orlando. Apologies for squinting, it's very bright. We've just been on Journey to Atlantis, haven't we, Andy?
Yeah.
How did that go for you?
A bit on the wet side.
So we're going to go on Kraken now, which last time we were here it was a cracking ride experience, but 5-minute queue time, let's go. Here we go, front row on Kraken. Very good.
Cracking right.
Was cracking. Smooth. walked straight on to Kraken. Excellent. Still as good as I remember it being in September. It was indeed cracking, and when it's got no weight for the front row, you can't really complain. Andy has got a bit of a story about strap-ons though, so we'll bring him into the video.
Yeah, went into the shop because obviously forgot it once more, and then made to take glasses off anyway.
Yeah.
When we got into the station, not very good. If they sell them, should let you on the ride with them.
How much was it for a glasses
Oh,
strap?
luckily this one was only $4. But
Yeah.
money's not the point, it's more principle.
Yeah.
That if they sell it, you should be allowed on the ride with it. I've been on multiple times with sunglasses with no strap
Yeah.
over the many years that I've done Kraken, but the ride itself, excellent, still running very well for the age of this coaster.
I agree. So no strap-ons allowed on Kraken. Next up we are doing Mako, and according to the queue line board, 5-minute queue.
We're monitoring the weather and will advise you of any further developments. Once again, inclement weather is approaching Seaworld, and the operation of Mako may be interrupted.
This is the first in a Pleasure Beach Experience video. Roller coaster being posed. There we go. Trip brake. So good.
I forgot how good that was.
Yeah. As predicted, the weather is very indifferent today. So for the last hour, we've pretty much spent it on Mako. Started off by going on it a few times in reasonable weather, and then somebody was sick on the front row, which delayed it by 15 minutes, and then thunderstorm started, and then the rain started. So it's been very unpredictable weather, as predicted, funnily enough. It's one of those days where you wear your sunglasses but it is actually raining. Typical day in Orlando for me, to be honest. But Mako, best B&M hyper coaster I have done, no doubt about it. It's just so good. Front row, back row, airtime everywhere. We've just had 5 laps on it, and the only reason we've queued is because of the sick delay and then the weather delay. There isn't actually a queue, there's still no queue for it. Great coaster, really enjoyed it, and Andy's happy because he could take his strap on it as well.
Yes, very happy. Wear my glasses and actually see going round the ride.
Yeah.
Right. Just to say what Scott says, an amazing ride, brilliant airtime.
Yeah.
Just amazing. Slightly better on the front for airtime. Excellent ride.
We've done a lot of these now.
Yeah, quite
Where's
a
it
lot.
rank? I know you
Yeah.
don't like ranking coasters, but
This top two of these. Actually,
Yeah.
top one.
Top one.
Top one, definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's a nice positive vlog here on Pleasure Beach Experience. We're having a good day. Right, time to do another ride in the rain. So here we have Infinity Falls. I'm not sure if you'll have seen our vlog here in September when we went on this. We did this first ride, and I can tell you, Andy, I had to go back to the hotel and get a change of clothes and shoes. It is that wet. So, what are you thinking? You're going to give it a go? You're not sure, are you?
The weather, if the sun comes right out, I'll give it a go.
Excellent. You'll have to.
It does look a good one.
Oh, it is really
It does
good.
look good.
Not many on this at the minute. Well, nobody on it. Next up then is going to be Icebreaker, which is the newest roller coaster here from Premier Rides. Opened earlier on this year, 2022. And it's a little bit weird for me because this whole area, a couple of weeks ago, was fully decked out with Halloween stuff. There were scare mazes, shows, all sorts, and now it's got all Christmas theming. A little bit weird. Don't normally visit Florida twice in the same year, so seeing two different seasons in the same theme park somewhere like this for me is a little bit surreal. Anyway, time to do Icebreaker. 5-minute queue. We maybe called it wrong today when we said it was going to be busy, or maybe we've just got the order of the rides right. I really don't know, but looking forward to getting an Icebreaker because it's not raining. Last time, and the only time I did it, it absolutely chucked it down. So hopefully could get you a sunny-ish POV of it today.
He broke the ice. He broke the ice.
Oh my god.
Right turn flag.
It is a pretty interesting little thing, huh?
Thanks for the track everything.
Oh, now
Yeah.
oh, God.
Where's Ashley?
Good ride ruined by the restraints.
Best day ever!
That was different. Yeah,
Look, I say best day ever!
they enjoyed it behind us anyway. We've taken our ride on Icebreaker now. We got quite lucky with that because just after I'd finished talking to camera to say that we were going on it, we found out it's actually closed. Then we sat by it for 10 minutes, they opened it, we did front row on it, and now it's closed again. So we got quite lucky with that. It's not a bad coaster actually, you get some good airtime, quite thrilling, quite forceful. It's just the restraints, terrible. I mean, it's like, an example, when you're getting into the trains, it's like Wacky Warehouse when you're a child. You've got to sort of duck and dive to get in it. And then when you sit in it, you've got those weird comfort collars which are anything but comfortable. And they offer nothing to the ride experience other than uncomfort, because otherwise it's actually a really good coaster, and it's something that I'm all for seeing more of. That type of coaster, it's compact, doesn't take up that much space at all, could be well themed, doesn't need to be themed. They're fun, but the trains take a lot out of it. Now I've been on it before, Andy hasn't, so see what he thought.
It wasn't bad, as Scott says. The restraints are absolutely terrible. Getting in and out, and even going through the train, it's so narrow, you're knocking your knees and shins off everything going through. Apart from that, it's actually not bad at all. Better than what I was expecting.
I was going to say, you were expecting it to be very good, were you?
I was actually thinking it was going to be pretty terrible because they're not my favourite type of coasters. But yeah, that one's one of the better ones.
Cool.
Mr. Freeze is the only one above it.
Excellent. When Andy says Mr. Freeze is the only one above it, means shuttle coasters, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Just thought I'd clarify. So we've only got Manta to do in terms of the big coasters. Shamu Express, as it used to be called. Don't know its new name. I've even looked at it 5 minutes ago. It used to be called Shamu Express. It's now the Sesame Street coaster. That is actually closed at the minute, and I've got it anyway on the count, so I'm not too worried about that one. But I'm going to go and check the Manta queue and see where we go from there, really. We said we were going to go on Manta. Unfortunately, as you can probably tell from behind me, the sky is very grey, so it was closed when we walked past it. So we thought now is a good time to come and have a look at the new Pipeline surf coaster that B&M are building. It's the next generation of stand-up roller coaster, which is opening at Seaworld in 2023. It looks quite good. I mean, I'm not a fan of stand-up coasters, but it's next generation. Wasn't a fan of the old Vekomas. They started building new ones and now they're excellent. So B&M know what they're doing. I'm certain they've not brought back this concept if it's going to be like it used to be. I'm certain they've gone, we need to change this, we need to make it better. So looks pretty good from outside. I'll probably get some shots on the big camera as well, some zoom shots, but you can't really miss it when you come into the park on the car park. It's going to be very eye-catching for guests when they come into this park next year. So Pipeline the surf coaster, a couple of bits of info about it, because by the time this vlog's on there's probably been more track put into place for this coaster. I'll tell you who is covering it really well. It's Midway Mayhem. They're almost getting daily construction updates, and they're always really good for updates here. So they're worth checking out, but please watch the rest of our video first. So yeah, the facts about Pipeline. So length 2,950 foot, 110 foot tall, and 60 miles per hour. According to RCDB, one inversion, duration of 1 minute and 50 seconds, an LSM launch, overbanked curve, corkscrew, horseshoe, and a couple of helixes. So the information is from rollercoaster database, rcdb.com, and they're usually pretty reliable, sorry, very reliable. So yeah, that's my source of information for roller coasters, old and new. But yeah, interested to see how this stand-up concept is compared to the old coasters. Something we didn't mention earlier on in the video is the big Christmas tree at the entrance, because we walked straight past it. So there is some Christmas decorations around the park for the festive celebrations here at SeaWorld. Andy's bemused because the waves aren't big enough in the wave pool, which, to be fair, the GoPro's never going to pick up. Oh, and just to really screw up continuity, Andy has changed t-shirt. So we wouldn't get away with this on the BBC or Bake Off. Not enough continuity.
Getting a bit hot in the other one.
Yeah.
So I had to get something else and change over.
Even though the weather is very inconsistent, it is very warm today. It's actually warmer than it was when the sun was out before, which is just bizarre, to be honest. But the good news is, a lot of people were leaving as we were coming into the park, so hopefully it'll be even quieter than it was earlier. We were expecting it to be busy today, but 0-minute queues for pretty much everything so far. Hopefully now Manta will be back open. I've not seen it going round, to be honest, but we're going to head over there. We've only got the, well, we've got the wrist mount, we've got the chest harness as well, but we'll see if we can get a POV. If we can't, we'll use the one from when I was here in September. It's not the easiest ride to film on because of where the restraint sits on a chest harness, and I don't like using the wrist mount on a coaster, if I'm being perfectly honest, but we'll see how it goes. eventually got our go on Manta. Back row as well. Bit raucous through that pretzel loop. Gotta be honest, I think I said something similar in September. Second best flying coaster in the world for me. It's nowhere near the quality of Fly at Phantasialand, however you pronounce it. That is up the game in terms of flying coaster technology, but Manta, it was cutting edge at the time. Still a quality coaster, and Andy did a great job on the rider cam, I believe.
Yeah, not bad on the wrist strap. First time using it, and it's come out really well. Then, as I say, I was on Manta on its media day when it first opened, and it's still riding just as good as it was the first day it opened.
Becca still talks about that like it was yesterday.
Yeah, no, that was a fantastic event, and as I say, I've not been on Fly. That's my best flying coaster.
Yeah, we need to get you over and have a go, don't we?
Yeah, have a go and compare them. But no, that was running good.
Excellent. And now we're at the Stingray Lagoon. Have a quick look over here, and then I would imagine we're going to go and do some laps on Mako again. Come to the end of our day at Seaworld Orlando. Very, very good day. Turned out to be a very quiet day on the rides. Maybe we just got the order of the rides right. I don't actually know, because the park has seemed busy, but the rides have seemed very quiet. We did finish with, I think it was 4 laps, Andy, on Mako. Yeah. 4 laps, 3 of them at the front. Very, very, very good. We did film a POV at the front and the back in the dark. Don't know if it's come out. It may look like we filmed in our pockets, so if it wasn't included, it's not come out very well, but I really do hope so, because it was flying. It was so good. It is the 3rd best coaster in Florida, I think, after Iron Gwazi and Velocicoaster. Can't rank those two, they're just so good. They're in a league of their own, but Mako probably the 3rd best. Really good day. They seem to have got today right with their operations, and it just, I don't know, it seems like the park was a bit more organised than when I was here for Halloween, but all in all, really good. Don't know when I'll be back now. Might be next year for the new coaster, might be 2024. Genuinely don't know when I'll be back at this park, but good to see it doing well today. I had a good time, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like, because it really does help PBE. Many thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next PBE video.